So hello and welcome once again to yet another channel update. I believe this is either the third, no, either the fourth or fifth. I know I've done three so far, at least three, but I'm not sure if I've done any more than that. But anyways, yeah, I figured it was about time for another update. It's been a good couple of months since the last one. A couple of things have changed. You guys have probably noticed that my flow of uploads has slowed pretty substantially. And that is basically for the same reason that it was before, which is just that I don't really have any time to record. And between college obligations and now just not really having that quiet alone time to sit down and record a couple of these videos anywhere near as much as I did before, it's just really difficult to keep that flow up. And if I were to upload everything that I've recorded so far, I would pretty much be out of material within a couple of days. And, you know, as much as I want to give you guys stuff to watch, that would kind of, I don't know, it would basically just either, well, further continue the situation we have now, where material being uploaded is sporadic at best, and really not a whole lot is being put up. Not a whole lot of new content, not a whole lot of new interesting stuff, you name it. So, you know, yet again, the biggest issue is just a lack of time, a lack of quiet time to record, sit down and have a little session, I guess, with my $20 USB microphone and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I guess if you guys have been wondering, and if you haven't taken a guess already, the reason videos have been slow lately is because I've been busy. I don't really know when this situation is going to alleviate so I can get back to more frequent recording sessions and uploading. So I guess that's just the gist of it. Uploads are slow now because I've been busy, and they probably will be for the foreseeable future. I'm really sorry about that. I enjoy recording these videos, especially when it comes to the Let's Builds, but it's just, you know, it's difficult to get those in when I don't really have the space and time for it. So I guess that's the first issue I wanted to cover, and let's hop into one of these houses real quick. This is the part of my city called Eastfield, by the way. It's based on kind of mid-late 60s split levels and ramblers and stuff like that. I think it's a pretty nice little neighborhood, maybe even one of the most realistic in my city. But anyway, yeah, so first issue has been covered, just haven't really had a lot of time to record, and uploads have been slow because of that. And also partially because of my laziness. I can't entirely put the blame on everything else. So that's that. I guess the next topic would be updates and plans I have for Let's Build and walkthroughs and stuff like that. I think I have more walkthroughs planned. I have some kind of mansion type of houses that I've built in a different part of the city, and I appear to have forgotten the toilet down here. Yeah, so I have some mansions and stuff like that. Maybe not, you know, the gigantic, huge things you see on servers like the World of Corrales, but they're definitely bigger houses, definitely more mansion-like than my usual fare, and I'm sure you guys will be interested in seeing those. So I will hopefully be getting around to recording them sometime in the near future. And those are pretty cool. Kind of a variety of older architectural styles, Tudor, Victorian, all that good stuff. I should try and make a few 50s mansions too, for the sake of it. So, you know, look up references for those, and see what I can put together. Of course, when I have more time and motivation. I was kind of thinking over this earlier, and like, I have to be in the right mood to really, you know, bunker down and be productive when it comes to these builds. Because it's like, you know, sometimes I really want to build, and oh, that's another thing I forgot. Sometimes I really want to build, and other times I just not really feeling it, so I just kind of wander around aimlessly for like an hour and then go do something else. And yeah, so it's a bit hard to find that kind of sweet spot where I really feel like building and I have the motivation and drive to do so. So I can, some days I will just get really into it and throw together like 3 or 4 houses or, wow, I didn't even clear out this basement. Jeez, get it together, me. Anyways, yeah, so sometimes I'll get like really super duper motivated and build like 3 or 4 houses and start on a commercial plaza or a skyscraper or something like that. All this crazy stuff. And other days, I'll just do what I said before, which is kind of aimlessly fly around for like an hour and then call it quits. And so I guess I'm just trying to get more back into the zone, so to speak, of productivity and all that good stuff. So that's pretty sporadic. Not really anything I can do about that, unfortunately, because I think forcing myself to build and be creative just doesn't really work. It doesn't really work well for the builds, doesn't really work well for me. So that's that. I guess the biggest reasons for these slow videos and indeed slow, well, relatively maybe slow progress on the world have been a little bit busyness, a little bit laziness, and a little bit lack of motivation and inspiration. So there's what's going on with that. As for upcoming projects, I have a fairly large strip mall that I'm working on. I don't know when that's going to be done. It's a pretty big thing. There's still a decent amount to do. The overall structure itself is finished, but I have to do literally all of the interior work, as well as a bit more landscaping around the complex, around the outside of the complex, and I think at least one outbuilding. So that's something to look forward to in the future. I'm not going to say near or distant, but sometime in the future. I know people have been requesting another strip mall, and they're actually pretty sort of kind of fun to build, especially when I can just get those ideas flowing and just throw down a bunch of blocks and it turns out well. That's a really good feeling. So that hopefully will be completed sometime within, I don't know, a couple of weeks, a month, something like that. And will be up on YouTube, or at least Tumblr, hopefully within the same amount of time. I also have an office plaza that I'm working on. One of the main buildings is complete already, but that's one out of like 2 or 3 that are all high rises and that are all going to be some amount of detailed. So that's I have pretty much no timetable for that, but that's another thing you can look forward to at some point or another along the lines. What else? In terms of upcoming projects, I guess I have another. Well, we've covered the strip mall already. Probably a few more housing developments, but those, I mean, that's pretty typical. This is the house that was done in that one Let's Build of mine, by the way. I think it fits in pretty well to the neighborhood. Pretty nice. Anyways, what was I saying? What else do I have planned? I think in terms of really big stuff, that's about all. Obviously, I still have more work to do with the Rose Square and other stuff like that. I also have another sort of kind of large shopping center, and that's basically in the same state as the last one that I mentioned, where the building is complete, and mostly what needs to be done at this point is just the detailing of the stores and stuff inside of it. And that, I think, arguably, that's the most tedious and time-consuming process. Because, I don't know, I mean, it's easy enough to look at a strip mall in real life and think, you know, what kind of stores does it have, blah, blah, blah. But then, you know, it's a different matter thinking, okay, which one of these do I want to replicate in Minecraft? Which one of these will look good in Minecraft? Blah, blah, blah. So doing the, you know, actual structure of the mall itself is really only half the battle. And that's kind of the part where I slow down, is the the shops and all that stuff. So I guess a lot of the strip malls I build end up in that kind of limbo for quite a while. But eventually they get pulled out of it, as you guys saw with the Heritage Mills and the Target, which I think that's received almost 2,000 views already, so that is awesome. Not to sound vain, but I kind of wish all of my videos could get views like that, but still, that's amazing. Thank you guys for all that turnout. I really like that. Makes me smile. And along those notes, this is one last thing that I wanted to cover in this video, but as of late, I think I'm at like 588 subscribers. That is an all-time high for the channel. That is awesome. I don't know why this is in here. But yeah, so that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for so many subs. I think that's probably like double what I had this time last year, if not more. So thank you guys for all the subs and stuff. Hopefully we can keep it up, keep on rolling, and who knows where this channel will be in a year or two from now. It'll be interesting to see at the least. So thank you guys so much for your continued engagement and support. I really appreciate that. I like doing these builds, and it's you know, it's a hobby. It really is. Most of the time, at least, when I have inspiration. But yeah, you know, I enjoy doing it, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy looking at my builds and all that stuff. I like sharing them, and I like getting feedback, so that's always good. It's good from a two-way standpoint, I suppose. So, points to be taken away from this video. One, I haven't been recording or uploading a whole lot because I've been busy and just haven't really had many opportunities to do so. Number two, what was number two? Something to the effect of there's plenty of other builds to be completed and polished and stuff like that that you guys can look forward to seeing. So I guess that's number two, probably. I'm not really sure. And number three, thank you guys so much for all of these subs and all that good stuff. By the way, the reason why this has the fungus stuff, I forget what it's called, mycelium or something like that. The reason why this lawn has that is because I was using the Ester Lawn texture pack before, and in that, the mycelium, or whatever it's called, looks like basically freshly mowed grass. So I kind of made the stripes and it looked good in that texture pack, but obviously I have since switched, so it just looks weird and gross, but whatever. So yeah, this is the little neighborhood known as Eastfield. I'm sure you guys who follow me on Tumblr have seen a couple of screenshots and stuff from it. It's probably, like I said, my most realistic neighborhood so far. Probably one of my favorites in general because of that. And you guys on YouTube are pretty much seeing it for the first time, I do believe. So, yeah, I think I've gone over all the points that I really wanted to cover, which I just listed off a minute ago. And I believe that will be enough of a summary, so to speak, for this video. So, let me stop in front of this house. That's where I will end it, because this is a really cool house. And it's pretty much the exact same floor plan as the last one like this you saw, if you're curious. So, not really worth seeing the inside. Anyways, yeah, so without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all of the views on the Target video, for one, and also for almost 600 subs as of today. Well, almost by a margin of like 12, I think. It's close enough to being almost for me. So yeah, thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for all the continued support and engagement, all that good stuff. So I don't think I'm going to go through my usual ending spiel with this, but thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video, whatever that ends up being.